Alright, last time we saw Lilith, none other than Rita gave her a little visit. I guess, I don't know why I made that video anymore, but anyway. Today we're going to be talking about Lilith and her interesting connection with Rita, because why not? I mean, why was Rita even there in the first place? What was she telling Lilith in those weird Greek letters or whatever the heck it was? What could this potentially mean for Lavender? Because we all know that Lavender and Lilith are similar to each other, but well, all this and more will be discussed in today's little video. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, last time I did this, it was sometime in like December, and after dropping a little visit, I just had to do another one because there's just so much lore in it that I had to probably explain it to you guys without saying it straight up, because that would just be weird. And I must admit, doing the first one was pretty fun, and so I kind of wanted to do it again anyway. So yeah. In the last video where we discussed things about Lilith, we ended off with like, what her purpose could be, and that is like one of the main parts of like her character, I guess, the center point of like how she acts and why she does things and other stuff like that. That's kind of a giveaway, but anyway, we ended off with that. Then the rest of the video talked about like her character and whether she's an antagonist or not.
No, I'm the puff guy. I'm the bad guy. Duh.
In a little visit, we learned that Lilith kind of lives in this dark, empty void by herself, which according to Rita is the darkness of nowhere void that doesn't look like it has a bathroom in it. And we don't talk about that plot hole right now, which is Lilith just probably uses the bathroom somewhere else, But anyway, we started off with Lilith just sitting there, and we had a little guessing game of what Lilith was trying to do, and as Catherine Draws answered perfectly, Lilith was trying to stay awake for some reason, and we don't know what the reason is. It is going to remain unknown in this video. Then Lilith starts hearing these voices in the void somewhere, and she doesn't know where it's coming from, but she obviously thinks that she's hallucinating and that there's nobody else there, which does say something that Lilith does not believe that there is a place where, that she will live with somebody or something else. She doesn't have any real hope in that. She just lives by herself, and she feels like that's not going to change anytime soon. Anyhow, Lilith tries her best to ignore the voice as best to her ability, and then the voice starts actually talking to her, implying that she's not hearing things, and then she really starts to panic. She thinks that it's going to hurt her in some way because...
who knows why? I mean, that's a spoiler alert, never mind.
All of a sudden, Rita actually starts speaking Greek. That is actually Greek. Greek pops up ever so often in this series, but Lilith seems pretty aroused by this language, and she obviously understands it because she actually responds to it, asking, "How may I come to believe you?" And so that means that Rita was talking facts when she was speaking in Greek. And so obviously I'm the one who made the video, so I know what it says.
Obviously, I can't pronounce this word, but it means to listen. And the next thing that Rita says is based similar, but it's not exactly the same. And it means listen, young one. And the next one, it's not like I use the same translator, but it means she was basically saying that she was the one who created Lilith. And nobody seemed to really get the hint. The first time Lilith called Rita mommy, actually, because she did, and nobody seemed to catch on to it. So, there we go. After Rita mentioned that, Lilith is like questioning whether this is true or not, and so Rita starts to prove it basically by saying that Rita knows like all her personality traits and all this other stuff, and Lilith does kind of believe her, but she doesn't believe that Rita could be her friend at all, because she doesn't feel like she's worthy of that, I guess.
Lilith then tells Rita that she could leave if she wanted to, like she's welcome to leave if she wants to.
because, like I just said, she doesn't feel like she's worthy enough to have Rita be her friend or anything like that. But Rita stays anyway because she wants to, help her or support her in some ways and stuff. So, and she's just questioning why she lives by herself and all this other stuff. And then she just kind of forgets it and sides it off and whatnot. But, Rita's now just trying to convince Liz to go to sleep because she's trying to stay awake for some reason.
But right about here's something to point out. Lilith actually says that her name is Lilith. And some of us may or may not know the drama behind her name. But she did say that her name is...
I cannot say stuff today.
Rita then offers her, quote, extra special permission for her to take a nap because she wants Lilith to take a nap really badly.
And Lilith asks, isn't that against the rules? And Rita says there are no rules when it comes to being around her because Rita does not like rules, believe it or not. I mean, it's kind of obvious because she finds everything funny and has an interesting sense of humor. Like I probably pointed out before that Rita does intend to kill Lily in the story, unfortunately, for who knows why.
Me, obviously.
Lilith is at the verge of sleep at this point, and so says Rita is encouraging her. Before she goes to sleep, she asked what should she call Rita because she never really got her name or anything. And Rita said that, Lilith can call her mommy if she wanted to. And so Lilith smiles and then she falls asleep on the spot. And then Rita kind of breaks the fourth wall at the end because, what the I shouldn't have done that. That's all the hints I'm going to give you. I would make a part 2 for this because this video ended up being 7 minutes. And, yeah, bye.